I just wanted to share with you the private administrative process. And this is if you, in the beginning, I had a cover letter with just the coupon, how to write that out. And it could have worked for you, or you could have gotten stuck, or they could have ignored you and didn't have, you know, you didn't know what to do next. Then I put in this one, which does have the full method from A to Z, the letters, and then to arbitrate to enforce it. So I changed that so you have the full thing. And then there's some places you can't arbitrate, so you have to litigate. So here, that's where you need the administrative process. So it's a series of letters to help you enforce it. This could be for any types of debts or tickets or charges, stuff like that. Um, some companies don't arbitrate, they litigate. Court starts in the mail. So in here you get the examples of the letters. Um, they're not a specific template for anything, but they're just the process, and it shows you each letter. The example has the letter in there, and a lot of them do have the laws in there, so you can use a lot of it. But they're for different companies and things, so you're going to have to just use those examples to create your own. What happens is, a lot of people don't teach the full process. They kind of just tell you, just do this, and then you get stuck and you don't know what else to do. So in a lot of the paid courses, this is what you learn, that you have to do this administrative process, and there's a series of letters to get them in default. So you send a letter, you wait 10 days. They usually in the letters you're saying, show me that you didn't break this law. Show me that you didn't break this law. Especially like that's your claims. Like say, prove that Title 18.8 doesn't say that all debts are obligation of the United States. So if they can't prove that, which they can't because it's the law, how are they going to say that that's not true? So then that's unrebutted. So they have to, each claim has the laws and the violations, and then they have to say why they didn't do that. So make sure they did all these things so they can't rebut it. Plus all the things that they did to you. They didn't send you any validation. Maybe you wrote that in your cover letter and they didn't do that, so they didn't send evidence. So you keep all the papers that you send, all these letters that you're going to send to them, and all the evidence. It's like 4 or 5 letters that you have to send. And then after they haven't shown you any proof that all these laws aren't real, or that they didn't validate the debt, or where's your signatures, where's the original contract, all the things that you're asking. And there is a validation of the debt letter in there, so you can see what types of things you need to include in your letter. So this is just a guide on the administrative process. I did put in there where you can find all the consumer laws. And there is a letter in there. One of them is about driving, and it does have some of the laws in there, and the other ones are mostly about debt. So you need to take what applies to you and put it in your letters. So do a letter, send it, wait, see if they send you any evidence. Letter, send it, wait, see if they send you evidence. And you do that all the way until you get the notice of default at the end. That's the last letter, and you got them in default. And then it even shows you how you can take it to a notary and get a certificate of default. And then once after that, if they have an arbitration clause, then you can do that, arbitrate or litigate. And there's a free resource in there that if you don't feel doing this, it's kind of like you upload all your documents to them, you explain what you did, and they're for consumers, and they'll do it for free. They'll write back to you and say what they can do with you, and that's free. And they will do the arbitration or litigation, and then at the end, if they win, they'll give you some of the money, if there's any money. But they can do that part for you if you don't really want to do that, or you don't feel comfortable. See if they can do it for you. And then if they can't, if it's not a consumer thing, maybe it's driving or something like that, then there's also small claims court. I did put in there. That has no lawyers. You just go down to like your county clerk and ask them for the packet. It's usually like $25 to $50. It's usually just one paper. You fill it out, say who did what, who you are, and what they did. And then you go on the hearing, you bring all your evidence, all the things you did, how you have them in default. They look at it and, motion to rule in your favor. You ask for that. So that's how you do that. And depending, small claims does have, sometimes it's 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. So whatever state you're in, you can ask for damages. Make sure you look up the laws for that. Especially if it's consumer, it's usually in Title 15, 16, 82, and 92, I think, are where the damages are. But if it's for something else, you got to look it up. There are a lot of people in line. Whatever it is, you can look for people like that telling you what laws they violated, and then go look it up and put it in your affidavits. And in the letters in there, they do have a lot. So you can use a lot of that, but everything might not apply to you. So use the ones that apply to you, but it does show you all the letters, and then you can start perfecting that process. So you send all your letters, get them in default, get the certificate of default if you can with a notary, and then you can either try this place and let them do it for you, or you can try small claims court, or you can try doing it yourself. Or maybe you already have a hearing that you need to go to, and then try doing it that way. So there's the additional help, and that's pretty much what people teach you. And it's really up to you at that point, but there is a resource here. So that you can try to see if that works out for you. So that was it. So if you want to get this is $10, and this is just a guide of letters. They're not templates, but they do have the full letters there. So because some of them it's a different letters for different things. There is a driving letter in there, and there is a discharging letter in there. So like I said, you have to look through it. They show you the format, and you'll have to type up your own letters. But it shows you how to do it and how to do the process. So that's, some people charge a lot to get into groups to learn this. So anyway, I just wanted to have that for you, just in case you're stuck and you need to learn the process, or you want to do, or something's happening and you need to do something because maybe they did send you something and you're like, what should I do next? If you start doing this will help you out of that if you really did get into some trouble. But also research and make sure it applies to your situation. But this is one thing, if you're in this, you should know this process. This is a big deal for this type of process. If you're interested, you can get it. Thank you. Bye.